Abhay Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astotra Tatrashi Sumangas Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki ISKCON BPT Founder Srila Prabhupada ki Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Name Sadhu Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Shri Gaur Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopina Shankun Radha Kungiri Gopadan Vajrabham Vrindavan Dham Mayapur Navadik Dham Shottam Shita Jagannath Puri Dham Shri Kurukshetra Dham Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Bhakti Devi ki Srimati Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi the most merciful Lordship Shri Shri Radha Kunja Bihari ki Shri Jagannath Baldev Subramai ki Shri Nachi Balagopalagiri Govardhan Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantharaj Shrimadbhagavatam ki, Tamaveda Bhaktivinoda ki, Jai Gaur Premanande, all glories to Sam, all glories to Sam, all glories to Sam, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namo, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskritya, Naram Chaiva Narottamam, Devim Saraswatim Vyasim, Tato Jayamudiriye, Nastaprayeshu Bhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavati Uttama Shloke, Bhagavati Naistike, Hare Krishna. Reading from Grantharaj Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Text number 35, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. Extra special credit for everybody today for braving the cold and coming to see the most beloved Shri Shri Radha Kundri. Text 35. Sa esha nara lokasmin avatina swamayaya Neme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakrito Yatha Sa esha nara lokasmin Avirtana aswamayaya Neme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakrito Yatha Sa esha nara lokasmin Avirtina swamayaya Neme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakrito Yatha Avatirna swamayaya Neme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakrito Yatha Avatirna swamayaya Neme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakrito Yatha
Shayeshanaralokasmin avatirna svabhayaya Preme Sri Ratnakutasto Bhagavan Prakruto Yatha
Saha. He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Esha. All these. Naraloke. On this planet of human beings.
On this planet of human beings.
Asmin. On this. Avitirna. Avatirna. Having appeared. Swa. Personal. Internal. Mayaya. Causeless mercy. Reme. Enjoyed. Sri Ratna. Woman who is competent to become a wife of the Lord. Kutastha. Among. Bhagavan. The personality of Godhead. Prakruta. Mundane. Yatha. As if it were. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace of Chaitanya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, out of His causeless mercy appeared on this planet by His internal potency and enjoyed Himself amongst competent women as if He were engaging in mundane affairs. Please repeat. That Supreme Personality of Godhead.
That Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Shri Krishna, out of His causeless mercy, appeared on this planet by His internal potency and enjoyed Himself among competent women as if He were engaging in mundane affairs. Purport. The Lord married and lived like a householder. This is certainly like a mundane affair, but when we learn that He married 16,108 wives and lived with them separately in each and every palace, certainly it is not mundane. Therefore, the Lord living as a householder amongst His competent wives is never mundane, and His behavior with them is never to be understood as mundane sex relation. The women who became the wives of the Lord are certainly not ordinary women. Because to get the Lord as one's husband is the result of many millions of births, tapasya, austerity. When the Lord appears on different lokas or planet, or on this planet of human beings, He displays His transcendental pastimes just to attract the conditioned souls to become His eternal servitors, friends, parents, lovers, respectively, in the transcendental world, where the Lord eternally reciprocates such exchanges of service. Service is pervertedly represented in the material world and broken untimely, resulting in sad experience. The illusion-living being conditioned by material nature cannot understand out of ignorance that all relations here in the mundane world are temporary and full of inebrities. Such relations cannot help us to be happy perpetually. But if the same relation is established with the Lord, then we are transferred to the transcendental world after leaving this material body and becoming eternally related with Him in the relation we desire. The women amongst whom He lived as their husbands are not therefore women of this mundane world, but are eternally related with Him as transcendental wives, a position which they attain by the perfection of devotional service. That is their competency. The Lord is Param Brahma, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Conditioned souls seek after perpetual happiness in all places, not only on this planet, but also on other planets throughout the universe. Because constitutionally, a spiritual spark, as he is, can travel to any part of God's creation. But being conditioned by material modes, he tries to travel into space by spacecraft, so fails to reach his destination. The laws of gravitation is binding upon him like the shackles of a prisoner. By other processes, he can reach anywhere. But even if he reaches the highest planet, he cannot attain the perpetual happiness for which he is searching life after life. When he comes to his senses, however, he seeks after Brahman happiness, knowing it for certain that unlimited happiness which he is seeking is never attainable in the material world. As such, a supreme being, Para-Brahman, certainly does not seek his happiness anywhere in the material world, nor can his paraphernalia of happiness be found in the material world. He is not impersonal because he is the leader and supreme being amongst innumerable living beings. He cannot be impersonal. He is exactly like us, and he has all the propensities of an individual living being in fullness. He marries exactly like us, but his marriage is neither mundane nor limited by our experience in a conditioned state. His wives therefore appear like mundane women, but factually they are all transcendental liberated souls, perfect manifestations of internal energy. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadayam Jati Twam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sargajatam Sarvaya Raghunatam Vikantam Sadivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paridana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Saganalika Shri Vishakamitam Shra He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancha Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devascha Putitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vinamine Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy appeared on this planet. By his internal potency, enjoyed himself amongst competent women as if he were engaging in mundane affairs. So, this is why, as we always discuss, we must understand Krishna through the acharyas. Because sometimes the things he does is, peculiar. So we say, or try to say, that you follow the actions of Lord Ram. You follow the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you follow the instructions of Krishna. If you try to follow the actions of Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, good luck.
Goodbye.
Good luck. So Krishna's actions are incomparable. So we have to be very careful. Because sometimes he does things that appear to be on the mundane platform. And Srila Prabhupada writes at the end of the purport some very nice but interesting statements. He says that he is exactly like us, and he has all the propensities of an individual living being in fullness. So, we know that Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam, Anadir Adir. He is the source of everything. So whatever propensities we have, where do they come from? Krishna. Jai Shri Radha Sundari, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Bonita, Jai Shri. So these propensities that we have, they come from Krishna. So there is a very important conclusion to be made here, that whatever activities we like to enjoy, And we see the whole world is trying to enjoy this material world. And Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport that the result of it is, he writes very sweetly, that they are sad. Where he writes this, he writes that when one performs these pastimes of trying to enjoy this material world, it ends in sadness. The relationships are broken, untimely. But these relationships themselves are the nature, they are actually coming from Krishna. So, what it means is, and we see in the 15th chapter, Krishna gives this very beautiful analogy, right? He says that this material world is like an upside down banyan tree. So where do we see an upside down banyan tree? If we put ourselves upside down? But we see an upside down banyan tree. It exists. Where? In the reflection. If you go to some pond or lake, you'll see a tree in the water where the branches are down and the roots are up. But it's not actually a tree. It is a reflection of the tree that is on the shore of this lake. So Krishna describes that this material world is that reflection, where everything is opposite. But we know that whatever we see in that reflection, it has to exist in the object that is being reflected. Let me understand. If you're looking in the reflection and you see some bird on the tree, then there must be a bird on the actual tree that is on the edge that is being reflected in the water. Right? Simple logic. Can there be anything in the reflection that does not exist in the original object?
No.
Nothing. Right? So this has one very important conclusion. That every single thing that we try to enjoy in the material world, it exists in the spiritual world, but in its pure form. In its pure form. So, why it's so difficult to give up the material world? If I know whatever it is I'm trying to enjoy, I know by definition, by experience, whatever I'm trying to enjoy, it has very limited happiness. Because I've tried it, right? I want ice cream. Oh, nice ice cream. I'll meditate for a few hours. Oh, tonight I'll have ice cream. I don't care how cold it is. I'll go have ice cream. And then I go and have ice cream. That happiness I get from it, it's not what I had quite anticipated. And if I eat ice cream every day, that happiness I'll get starts, and so I say, no, I'm tired of ice cream. The first day, wow, ice cream. But I'll become tired. And this is the nature of everything in the material world. But in the spiritual world, eating ice cream means today the happiness I get is the least amount of happiness I'll have. Because in tomorrow it will become more happiness. But that'll also become less. Because the next day will be more. So the reflection is always the opposite of the original object. So like this, the relationships we have in this world, they are of mundane variety. And the happiness we get is also mundane. Very limited and temporary. Two natures. Limited and temporary. And Prabhupada writes so clearly, well, okay, if you want the real happiness, eternal happiness, what do? You go to the real object. That is with Krishna. As soon as we bring Krishna into our existence, we enjoy in its pure form. Same desires, but in its pure form. So, if you were given the option to see, let's say you made great effort to go see, the Taj Mahal. Whatever reason you want to go see, okay, you go see. And as you know, in the Taj Mahal there are some lakes in front. So you can see from the reflection. But you're given the choice to see from the reflection or you can see the actual object. What you'll choose. Same ticket price. Anybody would choose, okay, I'm satisfied just seeing in reflection?
No.
It's foolish. So why we want to try to enjoy in this material world like this? It's foolish. But because we have avidya, ignorance, we don't know. We don't know that actually all these ways we are trying to enjoy, they exist purely in the spiritual world. So what does Krishna do? Out of his causeless mercy, he comes to the material world. What business he has here? None. Prabhupada says, he doesn't come here to enjoy something new. He's already enjoying in full with his devotees. So what purpose he has to come here? So Prabhupada writes that he comes out of his causeless mercy to inspire us to stop trying to enjoy in the reflection and enjoy in reality. Enjoyment is the universal principle. Satchidananda. Our soul is made up of Ananda.
Yes.
Krishna is enjoying. So we are part and parcel, so we must also be enjoying. But we have to know how to enjoy. Our enjoyment is only in one fact. Giving happiness to Krishna. That's the only way we'll enjoy. As soon as I try to enjoy myself, doomed. Done. As soon as any desire comes that I want to enjoy, material world. What is that? On the lake or the tree is there, then there is a ground and then the water starts. It's called the shore, the bank, the river bank. I try to say that river bank is our desires. As soon as we have desires, boom, we are in a reflection. No desires, in the reality. Meaning no personal desires. Desires are always there. Krishna says one should become desireless. 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But desireless means no mundane material desires. I, me, mine. So Krishna appears to show his activities. He displays his transcendental pastimes, Prabhupada writes, just to attract the conditioned souls to become his eternal servitors, friends, parents, and lovers, respectively in the transcendental world, where the Lord eternally reciprocates such exchange of service. So Krishna appears out of causeless mercy. Let us understand, what does causeless mercy mean? We use this term all the time. Causeless mercy means that we are doing nothing to earn that mercy. Caused mercy would be, because I did something, Krishna reciprocated, right? Causeless mercy means, I'm doing nothing, but still mercy is coming. In fact, in reality, we do things, we act in such a way that in negative, not neutral, but still mercy comes. How loving is Krishna? You know, between a relationship between two individuals. One reciprocates mercy or love according to what they receive back. Right? If I don't receive some reciprocation back, I'll not give. How many of you will maintain a friendship with somebody who is constantly criticizing you, who is constantly ignoring you? You call them and they hang up the phone. But you'll still bring them birthday presents. You'll still go and render some service for them. You'll still facilitate them. Even worse, you call them, they never answer. But as soon as they call you and they need something, you'll answer. But this is what we do to Krishna. We ignore Krishna when things are good. He's calling, oh my dear child, come see me, come see me. No, I'm good. It's cold, this, that, and the other. But as soon as I am in dukkha, Krishna, help me, help me. And what does Krishna do? Hey, you didn't come when things are good, go away. Showers mercy. This is causeless mercy. Where we can find such relationship? It doesn't exist in the material world. The illusion being conditioned by material nature cannot understand out of ignorance that all our relationships here in the mundane world are temporary and full of iniquities. Nobody maintains a relationship like this. Even mother and child. Mother will render service to child, even if child is rejecting. But at some point, child continues to reject, rebel, be disrespectful, ignore, forget. At some point, even the mother's love can be broken. Right? It's happened. We've seen it. Mother at some point says, okay, I've done. What else I can do? And she has to break relations. But Krishna, millions of lifetimes, not few years, decades, millions of lifetimes we have been saying, no need. Who are you? Don't you know who I am? I don't need. Still Krishna stays in our heart as Paramatma. Just waiting, showering mercy. And as soon as we express some desire to rectify, Krishna unfolds everything. Think how kind Krishna is. He's inviting us into his house every day. Even your best friend in the world will not invite you home every day. I said, hey, Prabhu, please, not today. I need some space.
Yes.
I need some gap. But Krishna is inviting you from 4 a.m. until 9 p.m. He ever says, okay, it's time to go? No. And who is this person inviting us? The Param Brahman. Not the king of this country, not the king of this planet, not the king of this universe, the king of all creation. There is the greatest personality in the whole, the Ishvara Param, the supreme controller, is inviting us to be with him. This is causeless mercy. This is causeless mercy. We should really, if we understand causeless mercy, our heart is full of gratitude. Full. And when the heart is full of gratitude, one is always happy. Why? Because they're grateful for what they have. Unhappiness is lamenting what I don't have. Gratitude is being happy with what I have. And what do I have? Not enough gulab jamuns, not enough this, not enough that. No, what I have? Krishna's causeless mercy. He appeared on this planet. How? By his desire. In the verse we said, appeared on this planet by his internal potency. How did you all appear? By your internal potency?
No.
You got to choose, I would like to be born in this house. No, not this one, this one. I would like my birthday to be June this. Because June is a nice month. Weather is getting warm. Anybody you got to pick like this? And you got, I would like to be of this color, of this height. But Krishna appears, I like to come as a fish. I like to come as a tortoise. I'll come half man, half lion. I'll come as myself. So Krishna comes by his internal potency. And as Prabhupada writes, why? To show us the pastimes that Krishna has with his devotees. When we study the pastimes of Krishna and his devotees, we see, oh my God, Krishna always also engages with his mother and father like we do. Krishna engages with his friends and they go into the forest and play. Krishna engages with his lovers. Hey, all these relationships I'm trying to have here in the material world, they also exist there. Most people think when it means go spiritual, we just sit and be in awe. There's God, here I am. No, there is constant activity. And that activity looks a lot like our activity. But it could not be more different. Looks very similar. Krishna is living in a palace with his queen. Okay, we may not live in palace. We may live in some small abode, but looks similar. But it is polar opposite. It could not be more different. And what is the difference? The difference is only one thing. The difference is only one thing. In the spiritual world, one renders service to Krishna only for Krishna's happiness. In the material world, one only renders service for their own happiness. Even the mundane person giving their whole life and energy to serving their dog. What they're doing that for? So that when I come home after a long day in the office, the dog will give me some love. For that, I'll pick up its stool with my own hands. But in the spiritual world, same relationship exists. But the main difference, the only difference, one engages to please Krishna. When the cowherd boys go to the forest with Krishna, they are not going to enjoy with Krishna. Externally we say, oh, the cowherd boys are happy because they get to go into the forest away from the sight of mother and father. And thus they can enjoy it. And that's why they are so eager. Because they want to play with Krishna without the presence of mother and fathers, so they can be on income. That's not why they're going. They are going to give happiness to Krishna. Because Krishna enjoys the experience of friendship, of this rasa of Sakhya. So they are giving that relationship. And what is Krishna doing in return? He is giving happiness to his friends. Whatever game they want to play, Krishna is ready to play. So in the spiritual world, we see that the dynamic is always giving. And in the material world, the dynamic is simply, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? As soon as me comes, Dukhalayam Ashashtam. So Krishna, to prove to us that we have to break this mentality, he comes and performs his pastimes. And Srila Prabhupada had so much faith in these pastimes of Krishna that even before completing translation of Shrimadbhagavatam, he completed Krishna book. Krishna book. Why? Because he wanted us to see, hey, these are the activities of Krishna with his eternal associates. Wow. I also want that. I want that. Okay, if you want that, then you follow Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Shivapadeshamrit, and you follow that, and you'll achieve. So Krishna, Prabhupada was worried, if I don't finish Shrimadbhagavatam, then we'll get to 10th canto, let me at least present this. So that, why? That the conditioned soul, Prabhupada writes here, let's see if I can find it, just to attract the conditioned soul to his eternal servitors. So we could see that. And this is the purpose of Krishna coming to the material world. Otherwise, he has no other business. when he enjoys in this material world, it is not material enjoyment, it is spiritual enjoyment. So these relationships, who are the queens of Dwarka? They are not just somebody he found on some .com website. No. As Prabhupada wrote, they have performed millions and millions of lifetimes of tapasya, austerity, to earn the right to be the wife of Krishna. Krishna did not do anything. He is not needing to do any austerity to earn the relationship. He is only giving. He is just giving. So these queens, we should not see as ordinary wives. They are the eternal associates. They are the gopis, the expansions of the gopis. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains very clearly that who these 16,108 wives are. So, we can't apply our mundane understanding. But what we can do is understand that every single type of enjoyment I'm trying to have in this material world, it exists fully and purely in the spiritual world. So why we would not give up this material attachments? It's so foolish. If we can have the real thing, why we want to play with the fake thing, the reflection? So to inspire us in this way, Krishna comes out of his causeless mercy. So causes that he's willing to stand like this. How many of you are willing to stand like this so that when your friends come to see you, they'll be happy? You're willing to stand all day for the hope that once a year, twice a year, maybe once a day they'll come and see you? Anyone willing to stand like this? Under bright lights, eating whatever offerings come, dressed however someone dresses me. Any of you are willing to do it? Krishna is so kind and loving that he assumes this Archa Vigraha form. Why he has to assume? Because we cannot perceive Krishna with our tainted senses. So he manifests into a form that we can see, and how beautiful Kunja Bihari is. You can see every day, and every day his beauty is glowing. This is causeless mercy. So we should never forget this word, causeless mercy. And if causeless mercy doesn't fill our heart with gratitude, we should check ourselves. Because we are getting something. Remember what causeless mercy means? Causeless mercy means we did nothing to earn it. When I get paycheck, I don't have gratitude to my boss. I say, I did all the work and you gave me this much, okay, fine. But when I get something that I did nothing to earn, what's my natural inclination? I'm gratitude, right? If I get somebody gives me something, and I did nothing for it, immediately I feel some gratitude. Right? But now, in fact, I am doing things to not get it, and still it's coming. Now what my emotion would be? Wow.
Great.
Wow. We have done nothing to earn this opportunity to see Kunja Bihari in his home. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is giving. But we'll complain. Oh, this person did this to me. I didn't get this thing. This didn't happen. This. Small little things. So if we really understand our causeless mercy we are receiving, then the heart is full of gratitude. And if the heart is full of gratitude, happiness. Thank you. Grantharaj Shrimadbhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada. Any comments, corrections, questions?
Thank you, Lord. Thanks for the wonderful importance of having the causeless mercy in our life. Even though we are not qualified, but still it's been showering mercy upon us. So we have to feel that everyday gratitude and render whatever possible way we can and show our gratitude towards Krishna.
As we progress in devotional service, expectations start to come. Just remember one thing. What I could have done to earn the right to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His own home. In all your energy, can you go see any president, king, prime minister in their home? Maybe you can meet them in their office, best case, or out in public. But inside their home, where they sleep, where they eat, where they bathe, so whatever we perceive I'm not getting, remember what I am getting. Isn't that simple? Actually, as one progresses in devotional service, one realizes this more and more. That's why the Paramahamsa, the Uttama Adhikari, they cannot preach to anybody. Because they see, I am most fallen. There's nobody I can preach to because they are all elevated to me. Prabhupada explains the Uttama Adhikari has to come down to the Madhyama Adhikari. And the Madhyama can see who is junior, who is senior, who is peer, who is envious, who is innocent. So, but unfortunately, as we progress in devotional life, this sense of entitlement manifests. I should get this, I should have this. But the pure devotee, the more they recognize, wow, I am only living on the causeless mercy of Krishna. I've done nothing to earn, but still He's giving. That's Srila Prabhupada's whole consciousness. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
So, in bhakti, like we are by doing all this process of doing, sometimes we go through stress and people like around us don't know what we are going through and they may think we may be hard on themselves.
Maybe think what?
They may think that we are hard on them, but internally, like, everybody has their own difficulties and challenges. So, but how to not show on other people?
How to not
Show our struggles or difficulties, our pain, we should not put on others.
Well, yeah, we should not put on others because our difficulties are not caused by anyone else. Even we think directly. Somebody comes and gives me some agitation. In the purest sense, they are not the cause of my agitation. Why this person is coming to agitate me? My past karma. They are just the instrument of my karma. When the mail person gives you one notice that you have to go to court because you have received some fine, you become mad at the mailman?
Yeah.
The mailman just delivered you
A message.
a message. So somebody comes and slaps me. I should not be mad at that person who slapped me. Why? They're just the instrument of my karma. They're just a messenger. Krishna is the controller of the modes of nature. Those of nature respond to me according to my past actions. Right? So, our mood should be that despite whatever difficulty we are going through, we should not show and give the we should not give displeasure to anybody. We should not show harshness or to anyone. Of course, we are in a limited state, so when we have difficulties, of course, it's, we have this challenge of managing whatever, circumstances we have. So, we have to constantly approach our relationships, in a mood of humility, in a mood of care and love. And, if we are disturbed and somebody's speaking to us and we are short with them because we can't process that, we can ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry I did not speak properly earlier today. My mind was disturbed and I was thinking on something else. I'm grateful that you took the opportunity to speak to me, but I did not reciprocate with you. I'm sorry. But our ego sometimes prevents us from doing that. And instead we think, why this person came to me and asked me to do this? Don't they know? Well, of course, they are not Paramatma. They don't know our circumstance. They don't know what's happening. Right? So, we have to understand, in married life, before any fight occurs, the most famous statement is, you don't understand. You don't understand what I went through. You don't understand what I went through. And you don't understand leads to Kurukshetra. So, if we simply apply one principle, seek to understand before being understood. Hear this statement very carefully. Seek to understand before being understood. We are so anxious to be understood. This is my situation. Understand what I'm going through. First, understand them. Then you can be understood. You don't have to give up the need to be understood. That's important too. But this is the breakdown of any relationship. That's why you don't understand is the beginning. Okay, I don't understand, so let us understand. We are speaking the problem, but because of false ego, we cannot rectify it. So, this is the nature in relationships that we have to work at. And we have to also rectify our own, anxieties. What is stress? What is fear? What is anxiety? All these conditions Arjuna had in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. And what is it? Simply one thing. Lack of faith in Krishna's plan. The young, small baby in the arms of mother, what anxiety they have, what fear they have. Anxiety and fear of that baby manifests as that baby ages. And one thing manifests. Sense of independence. As soon as independent sense develops, but if my sense is, I am fully dependent on Kunj Bihari, the Param Brahma, if he can manifest universes lying down and sleeping, then how he cannot manifest the tiniest of circumstance to alleviate me from whatever condition, circumstance I'm in? So, if he's not, he must have some better plan for me. This pain, suffering, difficulty I'm going through, Krishna has a great plan for me. So our fear, anxiety, stress, all these things are just a symptom of our forgetting that Krishna is our supreme well-wisher. Surdam sarva bhutanam. Krishna says, what's the peace formula? I am the well-wisher of everyone. Shantim mam Yatma mam shantim vijjati. When shantim comes, when we know that Krishna is our well-wisher. And lack of peace comes when I think something else is my well-wisher. Krishna is our only well-wisher. As Prabhupada writes here, we might have a temporary well-wisher. My mother and father are my well-wisher. But how long they can be my well-wisher? To what extent they can be my well-wisher? Very limited. My only real well-wisher is Krishna. Doesn't mean then that we negate and ignore all other relationships. We have to see those relationships in relation to Krishna. My friends, my family, my society relationships. Is that, you're not Krishna? No. No, that's not. But we understand those relationships. And when somebody in those relationships also is not so kind to us, we understand, okay, that is just their impurities, their forgetfulness of Krishna. And let me have compassion upon them. So this is the principles. But we all know, this sounds easy, but it's impossible, difficult, right? So what do we need to do? Chant our rounds more nicely. Render our service more intensely. Intensify our sadhana. That will bring about this consciousness. It's okay. Long answer to you, sorry. Okay, should we conclude? Anything else? Grantaraj Shrimadbhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nantapoti Vaishnavanya ki jai. I was just stalling so we don't have to go outside in the cold.